Thank you very much. My fellow Americans, good evening. Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA and our brave astronauts on the successful launch of Artemis 2. It was quite something. It will be traveling further than any manned rocket has ever flown and will very substantially pass the moon, go around it, and come back home from a distance that has never been done before. It's amazing. They are on the way, and God bless them. These are brave people. We want to God bless those four unbelievable astronauts. As we speak this evening, it's been just 1 month since the United States military began Operation Epic Fury, targeting the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before. Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone. Their Air Force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons, factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks. Our enemies are losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. Before discussing this current situation, I also want to thank our troops for the masterful job they did in taking the country of Venezuela in a matter of minutes. That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world. After rebuilding our military during my first term, we have by far the strongest military anywhere in the world. And now we're working along with Venezuela and are, in a true sense, joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas, the second largest reserves on earth after the United States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there to help our allies. Tonight, I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is necessary for the safety of America and the security of the free world. From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This fanatical regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years. Their proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs. They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel, something that most people have never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead. For these terrorists to have nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind a nuclear shield. I will never let that happen, and neither should any of our past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran. First, And perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term. He was an evil genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb. And he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then, very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster. Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash, green cash, took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C., and Maryland, all the cash they had, flew it by airplanes in an attempt to buy their respect and loyalty, but it didn't work. They laughed at our president and went on with their mission to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran, and they would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. It would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts, had I not terminated that terrible deal. And I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently. We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible. And they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone, their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I have traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives, and every single one of the people, their loved ones said, please, sir, please finish the job, every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our Drill Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we're #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela. Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it. We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force. The nuclear sites that we obliterated with the B-2 bombers have been hit so hard that it would take months to get near the nuclear dust, and we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant, against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't leave the power, strength, and brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing, the brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear blackmail. Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger. The United States of America. Thank you very much, and good night.
A terrorist regime checking down.
Now, a lot of people are going to be. You heard me claim that Dean and Parker and the rest of them don't know shit. They're saying a lot of these guys, a lot of things Trump just mentioned tonight, was done during the Biden administration, and that the economy is worse off, and that businesses are doing worse under than where they are now, which is complete lies. That is the problem with liberal morons like them. Now, I'm gonna bring up what they're talking about now here, so you all can hear it, and we're gonna debunk these morons right here, right now.
You need to stop, okay? I need to see this.
Has called on nations not like America. We are not dependent on
So
the Strait
here-
of Hormuz, but those that are dependent on Middle Eastern oil and that strait to buy.
How was your salmon? I disapprove of salmon, but it's not my dinner. It's his dinner.
Will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to
Go
want to
now.
be able to sell oil because
So
that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing, and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly. They came.
Yeah, he just sold it. He just admitted that
They're
stocks are
gonna go
down.
back up, but they haven't really come down very
Yeah,
much.
yeah, bro. He just like sold it, dude. This is how you know this motherfucker knows that he's lying to you. He just said,
Hey,
and the
Randy, how
stock
you doing?
prices will rapidly jump up. Oh fuck! less than 2 minutes
could
ago,
be better,
I
could
said
be better.
that the economy is the best it's ever been, and we've been experiencing historical highs in the Dow Jones. So what the fuck? Why did I just say that
Taco,
the stocks
what do you
would
mean,
rapidly
like
go
Taco?
back up? Oh, I better save myself, but they haven't gone down too much.
Down a little
Yeah.
bit, but they've
you're
had some
gonna have to
very good
trust me
days
there,
over
Randy.
the last couple of days. We've done
Yeah, I've seen they've had some very good days. The stocks are already going up. They're just fine, guys. Trust
the
me, bro.
stocks
Trust
were
me.
so
You're gonna have
low.
to
They were
refresh
so
me on that
low
one.
under
Oh
my
my God,
administration. But they were actually at the highest rates you've ever seen before. They're going to go up because they went down, but they're
okay.
actually higher than you've ever
Oh, you were
seen
talking
before.
about Trump.
Dude, he's legit waffling, dude. Holy
Oh,
cow.
you
man.
said
Actually,
taco. I was
much
like,
better than I thought.
wait,
But we
today's
had
not
to take
Taco
that
Tuesday.
little
It's
journey
Wednesday.
to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. With our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible. They are getting so
Okay,
much
I'm
more
From the
money
tariffs
than
that were
they
deemed to be
from the great big
unconstitutional.
No, I
beautiful
understand
bill.
that now.
Our economy is
I-
strong and improving by the
I had a
day, and
moment
it
there where
will
I was
soon
thinking,
be roaring
wait a
back
second,
like
please.
never before. It will
When's-
top
It's
the
improving
levels
by the
that
day,
it
but
was
it'll
a
be
month
roaring
ago.
back.
That's
I've
what I
made
was
clear from
wondering.
the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until
I
our
guess you-
objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly.
True.
We're going to hit them extremely
shortly
hard
for,
over
like,
the next
the
2
past
to
month.
3 weeks. We're going to bring them back
True.
to the Stone
I understand
Ages where they
So
belong.
what do you want to talk about?
In the meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime
You've been
change,
a
but
follower
regime
for the show
change
for a while, so
has occurred because of
it's
What?
all of their
completely up to you. What
original
do you want to talk about?
leaders' death. They're all dead.
Wait. So he's claiming, by the way, for everybody watching,
It's the same
he's
regime.
claiming
What?
he's claiming that the IRGC is eliminated. I just want to make that clear. He just said that regime change has occurred. He is claiming that the IRGC is eliminated, folks.
Well, where are you?
The
where are
new
you
group
hearing
is
it
less
coming
radical
now?
and
'Cause
much more reasonable.
right now
Yet
we're
if during this period of time, no
Oh, it's just like I said that.
Oh,
Well, it's a
lot
little
of the
bit more
things that we need to get
reasonable
done.
of an IRGC.
deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets.
well, for one,
If
we're
there is no deal, we are
destabilizing
going to
the-
hit each and every one of their
I'm trying to use
electric
the terms
generating
so I don't
plants
get
very hard and
nannered
probably
here, but
simultaneously.
the
We have
War
not
crimes
hit their oil,
admitted-
even though that's the easiest
Just
target.
admitted to wanting to do war crimes.
Yeah, by the way, folks.
yeah,
that
I-
is
it's
a
hard
war
to say it
crime.
on here.
He just said if they don't listen to us, we're gonna war crime them.
Of all, because it would not give them even
that's
a
what he's
small
hoping
chance
to-
of survival
for.
or rebuilding. But we could hit it and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no
love to be
anti-aircraft
able to-
equipment. Their radar is
Those are
100%
3 possible outcomes
annihilated.
that they're trying to.
We are
decide on.
unstoppable as a
'Cause they don't
military
want to just
force.
leave
The
Iran.
nuclear sites that
and
we obliterated
leave
with the
where it goes
B-2
back to the way
bombers have
things
been
were.
hit so hard that it would take
Yeah.
months to get near the nuclear dust. And we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it,
Well, no,
we'll
that
hit
was
them
that was
with
for when it
missiles
came
very
to
hard
Canada.
again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective.
Because
American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted
No, it
for
wasn't
3
an
years,
issue.
8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for
Trump-
3 years, 1
Iran
month.
value
2
when it came
days.
to the oil
The Vietnam
way
War
to
lasted
keep
for
us
19
under their
years,
foot in
5
fuel,
months, and 29
metaphorically.
days.
Damn.
Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant, against
about
one of the most
Afghanistan?
powerful countries for
The fuck?
Yes,
30
He
They
didn't
rely
pull
on-
out because he pulled out of out of
Yeah.
Afghanistan,
Yeah.
which would go against his
Essentially.
argument of regime change.
Yeah, what the hell happened there?
Which I have
He's
a feeling
really
that's
no
not
longer
gonna,
a threat.
That's
They
not
were
going
the
to
bully of
last
the
once
Middle
we're
East.
done with
Wait,
Iran,
what did he say?
because
He's really no
it's gonna
longer
end
a
up to
threat.
where
Whoa, whoa.
Trump's gonna say,
Eviscerated, and essentially is really no longer a threat.
Okay, then pull
Well, we
out.
took care
They're
of
not a
the
threat. Then just
thing.
leave. Come back. In the war.
They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully
I
no
understand.
longer.
Okay, then
This
leave.
is a true investment
Well,
in your children and your
Right now,
grandchildren's
we're
future.
taking care of
The whole world is watching, and they can't
now we're taking
believe
care of
the
the-
power,
the
strength, and
the nuclear
brilliance. They just can't
facilities, the
believe
stuff
what
that
they're seeing.
we've
They Leave it to
45
your
presidents
imagination, but
beforehand
they can't believe what they're
stated they were
seeing.
gonna
The
do
brilliance of
something
the
about
United
it
States
and never did.
military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of
Go ahead,
Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear
I mean, you just said that they were no longer a threat, meaning that we're already free.
blackmail. Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America.
What?
And the world.
Whoa! What?
We're
What
on the
the-
cusp of ending
Wait,
the threat, but
wait,
the threat's been
wait,
eliminated. I promise
wait.
you, we'll end it soon. But the threat has
What
yet to be
the fuck?
eliminated.
Well, then
But
you
we've
speak
already
up while I was
eliminated it. Actually,
saying.
I'm so
you go
confused.
ahead.
I'm actually lost. This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I'm like so fucking gone. This is wild.
Roughly,
Are we
I was
watching
in
the
and out
same
'cause I
thing
wasn't
right
feeling
now?
well.
We eliminated the threat.
it is a threat that we are
I'm
about
gonna
to
be honest with
eliminate.
you. I wasn't.
that we're
I
about
was
to.
feeling well. I was running.
Oh
a
my
temperature
god,
of
this is. I think
95,
this
and
might just be his worst speech. His worst speech ever.
I spent
Ever.
more time.
I'm like literally
more time
talking
sick
top of the
today.
charts. This is crazy.
And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do,
All
when
I
it's
know
all over,
is
the
I was
United
sweating
States
and
will
I
be
was not
safer,
feeling great.
stronger, more prosperous, and greater than it has ever been before.
Yeah,
May God
96.9.
bless the men and women of the United
Well,
States Armed Forces, and may God bless
Yeah, I was.
the United States of America. Thank
Yeah,
you
I
very
was just
much
not
and
feeling
good night.
well all around.
Yo, dead ass. Okay, I'm gonna pass the mic off
I'm
to
being
you,
honest with
Parker,
you there,
to
that's
speak
what
here in a
I'm like,
moment. I just want to
might
quickly address
remember
my thoughts.
some things, but
Legitimately, the
I wasn't-
worst
I wasn't
speech we have
feeling the
ever
greatest.
seen out of Trump. This is going to tank his approval ratings as long as the media and independent journalists across
Well,
this
I feel
country with
the
platforms
Iran
are
issue
able
that
to report
we're in
on
right
what
now
matters.
is
Pay attention
off
to every
as a way
single word that
to
I'm about to say.
take
Tell your
out
family,
the
tell your
tyrannical
friends, because
government
this is crazy.
that has been
Okay?
running rampant
He
throughout
says
the
that
entire
we've completely eliminated
country.
the threat.
I think
Then he
country,
goes on to
continent,
say that we're
No,
on the
I'm just gonna
verge
say
of
pretty much the
eliminating
Middle
the
East
threat. He says
for
that our
45 years.
economy is the best it's ever been. But then he
Which I
goes
think
on
was
to
great
say
because
that it will rebound
of
and the stocks
all
will
the
go
people
back up
who
and
are
gas will go
suffering
down
under
as soon
that
as we
tyrannical
are done
government
in Iran. He
now have a
says
chance
that we
to
are not reliant on Iran
get
or the Strait of
freedoms that they
Hormuz for oil
didn't have,
whatsoever, and that we produce
which
more than enough
if
oil
we
for
make
ourselves. In
sure
fact,
and
we have so much we
secure
could
that,
sell it to our friends.
you'll have women be
Then
able to vote,
brings up the fact
women
that
be able
gas
to
prices are up,
drive.
which we wouldn't
You won't have
expect
to worry
given that we
about
had more than enough
people
oil
getting
here, because then
arrested
supply wouldn't be
for
impacted, therefore
protesting,
price
end
wouldn't
up
be
getting
impacted. And then
unalive
also adds
for
on
protesting,
that the reason why gas
because
prices
they
are up
just
in
had a
America
wrestler
is because
who
they
actually
shut
got
down the Strait of
that,
Hormuz, which
who
wouldn't cause
was
the price of gas to
unalive
go up in America if he was telling the
because
truth and
the
was accurate
protesters,
when he said that we're not
the
reliant on the
invasion
Strait
that
of
happened
Hormuz.
on October.
Okay. Oh my God. And these were just like four of
Because
like
he
the
participated in that.
craziest
He was
lies,
unalive.
bold-faced lies I've
And then you
ever
also
seen.
have the
And I'm so happy
Iranian
that in
women's
his
soccer
breath,
team
he
who
contradicted those lies
who
and just
won
by gibberating,
because they
by
didn't
saying
stand for
nonsense,
the
by just completely
anthem.
demonstrating his senility and
They were
incompetence to
blackmailed
everybody.
into
I don't know.
coming
I don't know.
back
Parker,
into the
Parker.
country
What are your thoughts?
against their will.
He's so low energy, you can see the clear cognitive and mental decline.
Then you had
To me, it seems like he's reading.
the oil
And
thing,
to
which
like put it
was
into like
expected
an understanding
because
for a second,
we've been dealing with
how the
Iran
hell could there
oil,
be a speechwriter
same as
who
we've been
wrote
dealing
this
with
shit?
Saudi Arabia.
Like,
We've
genuinely,
been dealing
who
with
the
Dead
fuck
ass.
wrote this? Like,
Eastern
knowing
oil
that like all of these
facility
things were a
because
part of the
not
speech.
being able to
Like, this is
pump
the most
oil
incoherent speech
on
I've fucking
our
ever
own
seen.
land
Oh
for a
yes,
very
something
long
else I
time.
wanted to bring up. Remember when he said that Iran like
Which
turned
pretty much
around and then started to
resulted in
rebuild
us
their
not being
nuclear
able to
facilities in other
produce
places?
any homegrown oil and us
Do we
actually
remember that?
bringing in
Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
foreign
Yeah,
nations
yeah.
such as Venezuela
I think it's like right here.
and
Never
Nicaragua
imagined it.
to also
Much gas. Planet
piggyback off of them.
Let's see if I can find it real quick.
Wait, before you do, I was gonna say, like,
those
you know what?
are
Trump probably wrote it.
not
People were
too
saying in the
good
comment
when it
section
comes
that
to
actually does make
being
sense.
friendly
I'm not
to the
gonna
United
lie.
States.
Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't trust someone else to write it, so he just tries to write it himself. But he is reading it. It's just incoherent gibberish that he wrote.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, somewhere in that speech he said that after we like blew up all of their nuclear production facilities months ago, that they turned around and just started rebuilding them elsewhere. Here is his director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, testifying and answering questions from Congress under oath and under the penalty of perjury, which means if she lies, she goes to jail.
The assessment of the intelligence community is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated by last summer's airstrikes.
Yes.
The two
In the opening
Americans
statement
that
you
were
submitted to the committee
on
last
a
night
live
also
in the
stated,
United
quote,
States happened
there has been
in
no effort since then
Minnesota
to
I
try to
believe.
rebuild their enrichment
Apparently
capability,
when it
end
comes to-
quote, correct?
I know
That's
it's
right.
MI,
And
but I
that's the
keep thinking
assessment
I'm
of the intelligence
Michigan.
community.
Yes.
I don't know why.
What the fuck are we doing? So let me get this
Those
straight.
ones were two different,
Donald Trump
separate
is contradicting
things.
the claims
They shouldn't
made
have happened.
by his
But those
director of
were
national
because
intelligence,
of the
Tulsi
rhetoric
Gabbard.
that they were motivated
And
to
on
do.
a broader scale,
Yes,
Donald Trump is contradicting the claims
the
being made
Alex Preddy
by
case
the intelligence
mentioned.
community as a whole.
Yeah, but it was because they were protesting, right?
We all need to
The-
zoom in on something
the
very
Alex
important
Preddy
here.
beforehand,
He
he
doesn't
kicked
care
out
about
a
truth. I know we say this all the time.
Taillights of the
Right
office.
over 30,000 times
The
in his
Renee
first
Good
term. If you've
issue-
ever tuned into my live stream, you've heard that before. But we need to zoom in on it here
They
specifically
let him go
because he
Then-
is
but then he came back.
weaponizing
but then he
misinformation,
came back.
weaponizing lies to further his agenda,
You're
to
talking
kill
a-
innocent people in
You're
Iran,
talking when
and
it
to
comes
hopefully
to
increase his approval ratings because he's
Minnesota,
expecting you to believe
a
it.
blue state which has
Stop being a fucking
open
bot.
policies when it comes
Okay.
to that.
I know that we have a couple thousand Trump supporters watching
yes,
the live.
because they
Um,
weren't
Stop being a
allowing the
fucking
officers to
bot.
do what they need to do.
Grow a spine. Don't let this asshole disrespect you like this, because that's exactly what he's doing. When he lies
thinks
to
you're
your
so
face.
stupid because he thinks you'll believe this. He thinks
No.
you'll still defend him no matter what, that he can say whatever he wants and whatever he says is going to be the truth. Literally, he can just make up the most elaborate bullshit lies, and if he does,
believe that at the
people
time,
inevitably will believe
they
them
were
because
more
they're so
focused
elaborate
on
and because they're so crazy and so insane
getting the person
that it
who
relies
they were
upon
after.
them having a view where they just believe things
I
in
don't
terms
know
of
what
whatever he
happened
says or
after it,
whatever they feel like.
because nobody
Yeah, that ass. It's actually crazy. It's actually nuts. All right. Well, I think that we
That's
are
the
just
thing
gonna go
when it
ahead
comes to
and
ICE and a
call it
government.
there. We're gonna start
To the government on that
tearing
one.
things down for the night on
I
stream.
can't say yes or no.
Parker,
on
I
that.
really appreciate you so much for joining me, man.
I
Because I
appreciate you
wasn't-
having
I
me on,
wasn't
man. It
there.
was good coming on. Have a good night, bro. Have a good night.
Thank you. You take care, man. You take care.
But before you
No, it
do,
doesn't matter.
answer a text I'm about to send you right now.
It-
Or actually, I could
it's
just
just-
ask
I
you.
don't know
or
who-
let
I
me
don't
know when
know
you're
who
going to
we
go
were
live
after.
tomorrow.
Okay. All right,
what I'm
sounds
trying
good.
to say.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
I'll see everyone. Bye bye.
Peace out, Parker. Peace out.
Peace
All
out.
right.
That's
Show
the
some
thing.
love to
That's why we have
Parker
a new
down below in the chat, everybody.
Department
Really
of
appreciate him
Homeland-
for joining,
Homeland
taking a
person
moment out of his day to
who is going to be
join
more
in.
actively involved.
What a crazy, crazy stream that was. We're actually going to do a handful of things before we end. I think we have a couple
don't
people
know.
to thank. Might just hang out for a moment, kind of look through
So what
the
I'm saying
breaking.
is,
I don't know. Actually,
I don't
yeah.
wanna-
Before we end, we're gonna just kind of evaluate what other people on the internet are saying about this so far. I don't know. Let's talk about it. But something else I did want to bring up, you guys. I know that Parker talked about it on his live earlier. Wanted to keep you guys in the loop with something. Myself, Harry, Chris, and Parker had a private conversation where me and Parker kind of apologized for how public we made everything, where they're falling on a while ago, and how we should have gone to them privately to completely address our concerns first,
well, do you want to
to
jump
fully
in?
understand them, which we
Blues
didn't.
fans here?
And we had a really productive conversation where we were all able to communicate our emotions, frustrations, and misunderstandings, and they were able to communicate theirs. And I just thought that we would let you guys know. You know, we just thought I'd let you guys know. I think that it's important to share that information with you guys. But
So what were you were saying
now
when it comes
about
to Trump?
Trump's Iran speech, I want to see how other people
Sorry
are
about that.
covering it.
Dropped my
I
phone.
don't know, let's take a look at Aaron Parnas. You guys want to listen to Aaron's breakdown real quick? Let's see what his takeaway was. Aaron Parnas. Let's see what he had to say.
All right, back to what you're saying here. Sorry.
I just watched
when it
Donald
comes
Trump's
to-
address to the nation so that you didn't have to about the war in Iran. And well, he didn't really announce anything. I don't know what the point of that was. He kind of said that we have control over Iran. We won
No,
essentially,
it
but that
is,
we're
it
still
is.
going to have intense strikes over the next 2 weeks in Iran. It was very low energy. It was a lot of his kind of greatest hits when it comes to Iran. He called on America's allies to do more. I mean, the same thing we've been hearing from the president time and time again. That's what you heard from him tonight. There was nothing new.
Hold on, let me
No
restart
announcements
here.
of boots on the ground, no announcements of withdrawal of NATO. It was a very just kind of, could have been an email type speech. So that's
I want to
it.
be back in the game with this.
But I watched it.
Back in the game
I'm not
with
going to do like a full Substack update because it's just not needed. But you can subscribe to support my work at the link in my bio. And as always, follow for more. I just watched Donald Trump's address.
Okay. I mean, as good as getting the word out there, I really wish that he would have dug in a little bit more to the just bold-faced lies. So, yeah. I wish he would have dug in a little bit more to the bold-faced lies. I think that there was a lot of lies that that Trump told. What about? Let's see what Mr. Don Lemon has to say. Okay, I'll give like Aaron a good. Honestly, man, 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. You know, I just kind of said that he's been repeating himself, which is true, by the way, which is true. But I think it's important.
You can always try to rebuild something, but as long as they have that theocratic government, that radical government in charge, I think we're going to have problems with it in the Middle East. And the president has addressed that. Great credit to him on the first term and this term as well. Yeah, I agree. How do you see this playing out in the days ahead, more specifically with NATO, Victoria? Yeah, well, I didn't think we're going to see NATO's going to be cowards. I'm sorry, sorry.
It's okay, Joe Keller. I know. I agree with you. I mean, I think NATO doesn't really.
Fact check it on stream for us, the community to circulate. Ooh, I like that idea. I'll share that with Parker. Philip
just trying to hear.
Thank you so much for the $50 super chat as well, man.
This gentleman by the name of Randy. And
Thank you. Who says, as a Navy vet, the attack on the USS Cole in October of 2000 in Yemen was carried out by Al-Qaeda, while the U.S. government has historically linked Saddam to supporting the attackers. It was not an Iranian operation.
You got to stick on the
$50. Appreciate that, man.
You want to talk about
I would
Trump?
also like to quickly thank Chloe for the $25 donation
Trump.
over on PayPal. He says, hey, Dean, been a while since I cut a live.
It's that simple. I'm sorry.
Yes, I do remember you and your sister Jess. Yeah, that's awesome. But we are both watching right now. Love. We both love you. Well, shout out to Chloe and Jess. I know that you guys are watching. Love you both. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Good to see you both again. Show some love to Chloe and Jess down below in that comment section. I would also like to take a moment to quickly thank maybe like 2 more people we have here real quick. I do apologize for the delays. I'm just kind of like getting my computer set back up again. Here we go. Oh, dude, Don, holy fuck. Thank you so much for the $100 donation on PayPal, Don. That is wild. Thank you so much. I want to see 1,000 Don W's down below in that comment section. Thank you so much for the love. Don with $100 says, thank you for all that you do to educate the world and to bring the facts. I'm not sure how you tolerate all the crazies, but kudos to you. Appreciate your brain, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Don. That is very, very kind of you. Show some love to Don. That is DAWN in that comment section. I really appreciate you. Please do show some love to Don down below in that comment section. As well as Tom, thank you for the $4 over on Venmo. Bailey, thank you for the 10 on Venmo. And Mallory, thank you so much for the $20. Who says one thing that Donald Trump said that was true was, quote unquote, there's no country like us, right? Sky, thank you so much for the $7. And with that, I believe that we are all caught up. For everybody who tuned in today, I really appreciate you for showing up. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream at this point in time. I will see you all tomorrow. Make sure to hit that follow button on your way out on TikTok. I do this every day. Same thing with the subscribe.
Anyway, Trump is not leaving right now. He has more stuff to finish for his objectives before he leaves that part of the world.
What the heck?
And he wasn't understanding.
What? You don't like my I just heard a bunch of mirrors break when you did that.